Hello, welcome. This is on the seven hermetic principles, part two. We're going to cover the last two areas, 6 and 7, and we'll have a brief discussion at the end of it. And there'll be a link below the video where you can get wonderful tools to speed you on your manifestation. The principles of cause and effect, number 6 of the hermetic principles. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for the law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law, the kabballion. This principle embodies the fact that there is a cause for every effect, an effect from every cause. It explains that everything happens according to law, that nothing ever merely happens, that there is no such thing as chance, that while there are various planes of cause and effect, the higher dominating of the lower planes, still nothing ever entirely escapes the law. The Hermeticists understanding the art and methods of rising above the ordinary plane of cause and effect to a certain degree, and by mentally rising to a higher plane, they become causers instead of effects. The masses of people are carried along obedient to the environment, the wills and desires of others stronger than themselves. Heredity, suggestion, and other outward causes moving them about like pawns on the chessboard of life. But the masters rising to the plane above dominate their moods, characters, qualities, and powers, as well as the environment surrounding them, and become movers instead of pawns. They help to play the game of life instead of being played and moved about by others' wills and environments. They use a principle instead of being its tools. The masters obey the causation of the higher planes, but they help to rule on their own plane. In this statement, there is condensed a wealth of hermetic knowledge. Let him who read who can. The principle of gender. Gender is in everything. This is the big number 7. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes, the kabballion. The principle embodies the truth that there is gender manifested in everything, the masculine and the feminine principles ever at work. This is true not only of the physical plane, but of the mental and even spiritual planes. On the physical plane, the principle manifests as sex. On the higher planes, it takes higher forms, but the principle is ever the same. No creation, physical, mental, or spiritual, is possible without this principle. An understanding of its laws will throw light on many a subject that has perplexed the minds of men. The principle of gender works ever in the direction of generation, regeneration, and creation. Everything and every person contains the two elements or principles, or this great principle within it, him or her. Every male thing has a female element also. Every female contains also the male principle. If you would understand the philosophy of mental and spiritual creation, generation, and regeneration, you must understand and study this hermetic principle. It contains a solution of many mysteries of life. We caution you that this principle has no reference to the many base, pernicious, and degrading lustful theories, teachings, and practices which are taught under fanciful titles and which are a prostitution of the great natural principle of gender. Such base revivals of the ancient infamous forms of phallicism tried to ruin mind and body and soul, and the Hermetic philosophy has ever sounded the warning. Note against these degraded teachings. Degraded teachings, people, listen up. You got that? The phallicism tends to ruin the mind, body, and soul, and the Hermetic philosophy has ever sounded the warning note against these degraded teachings which tend toward lust, licentiousness, and the perversion of nature's principles. If you seek such teachings, you must go elsewhere for them. Hermeticism contains nothing for you along these lines. To the pure, all things are pure. To the base, all things are base. That was chapter 2 of the Kabballion. And you can see right there, it lays it on the line. Principle of gender, principle of cause and effect, the principle of rhythm, the principle of polarity, the principle of vibration, the principle of correspondence, and the principle of mentalism. That brings us to an end of chapter 2 of the 7 hermetic principles of the Kabballion. Now, in the Kabballion, it's about self-control. It's about opening up to manifest. It's using, see, the law of attraction is in the universal laws. It's like maybe 50 to 100 universal laws out there. But the law of attraction is not in the 7 hermetic principles. It would be probably in between the law of mentalism, correspondence, and vibration. A combination of those three are used to manifest. You have to know exactly what you want. You have to convey it, and you have to vibrate it, basically. And you have to control your mind. So, that concludes the reading of the Kabballion. The reason we're doing this is the world has entered into a perverse state. Opening your third eye is extremely important. Can you imagine a world without lies? The third eye, even if you don't open it and you clean it and you get it working, even improve it in any way, it will give you intuition. You will sense and know when people are lying to you. You will be able to effectively discern. You will sense that they're not being truthful. You will know they're being deceitful. Opening and working with the third eye, even if you don't open it, you improve it, you detox it, you clean it, you drink lots of water, flush it out, you get a healthy diet. It doesn't matter where you go to or whatever for this. There's a lot of great sites on the internet where you can learn to open the third eye, work with the third eye. You can get self-development from many different people. And the most important part about developing your intuition is we've seen this last global situation, the last years. We've seen the dangers out there. We've seen all this stuff going on. You need your intuition. You need to sense. You need to be aware of your gut feelings. You need your instinct. Your instinctual gut feelings will protect you from many dangers that are out there and help you keep safe. There's a lot of bad people doing a lot of bad things in the name of God, the universe, creation, religion. And these people think they're doing right. They don't know any better. But what they're doing is evil. And they're murdering people in the name of God. It's unbelievable. They're committing mass rapes and everything else out there. You need your intuition. You need your guidance. It doesn't matter if you hear it from me or you hear it from any of 100 guys out there talking into their cameras and talking into their equipment and leaving that message for you. Listen to these fellows and get your life on track. Nature is everywhere. If you're in the middle of the city, you're in nature. The entire earth is part of nature. Every human being on this planet, every plant, every animal is part of the animal kingdom, the plant kingdoms, the natural order of life. Even if you're in the middle of New York City, you're still in nature because you're still on the face of the natural earth. And there's earth beneath your feet and the sky above your head and air in your face. That's nature. The plants around you are nature. Enjoy nature. Love nature. Nature is part of you and you're part of it. And it helps you. Yeah, it's good to get out in the park. It's good to go out into the woods. But A lot of bugs out there, a lot of insects out there, snakes and everything. Mountain lions, wolves, bears, you name it, they're all out there. And they're part of nature too. But in every city, there's mountain lions, wolves, and bears on a much greater scale than out here. And I'll tell you, you need your intuition. You need your gut feeling. You need to have an edge. Open that third eye. Work with that third eye. Listen to all these teachers. Listen to the chakra teachers. Listen to your all manner of teachers. Self-development coaches. They all are there for your benefit. Listen to these guys. Get that edge. And keep safe out there. And let's all work to build a better world. And hey, if you have an intuitive effect and you go in there and you hear these politicians talking and lying about what they're going to do, your intuition will tell you that they're lying. Could you imagine a world without lies? Woo, man, wouldn't that be something? A world without lies. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Well, for a lot of guys, it'd be an absolute disaster. No, baby, I was playing cards all night. Well, right. Yeah, I would go south pretty quick. No, I don't know that woman. And that sort of thing. Yeah, so a world without lies has ups and downs. But yeah, it would be absolutely wonderful if we didn't have to keep getting these shysters that are destroying the world in office. If we could see right through them, if we knew what they were up to. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you get it from me or somebody else. Go open that third eye. Get that intuition going. Get those gifts going. Develop your personal power. Clean and detox your body. Get healthy. Get strong. Be safe. And I'll see you on the other side.